So I'm Zach Robbins. I'm a partner at Moye White here in Denver, Colorado. We're a law firm of about 70, 75 attorneys with an additional 70 to 75 staff. We've actually been growing like wildfire in COVID. So I have a significant number of colleagues that I haven't met yet. We are divided into a litigation, a real estate, and a business section. I'm vice chair of the business section. And we essentially do everything other than criminal work and kind of matrimonial work. One of the big focuses recently has been our advanced energy initiative. We're really strong believers in kind of the coming advanced energy revolution, and we like to be there to help our clients navigate that path, and we hope we can help your clients as well. So the big question is why? Why are we doing this? Why are we dedicating so much time and energy to it? A couple of stats. The International Energy Agency projects that renewables will grow by 50% between 2019 and 2024. Of that 50% growth, 60% will be in solar, which would equal at the end of 2024 a solar market share of about 30%. It's nowhere near that now. It's also worth noting that of the 50% growth between 2019 and 2024, about 20% of that is expected to be in China. The growth so far has just been exponential. It's been one of the most incredible things to see in terms of an energy transition, something that we haven't seen since the Industrial Revolution hundreds of years ago. In 2015, it cost $4 per watt to install a new solar installation. It now costs less than $1, and it's still dropping. As of today, wind and solar are now cheaper than coal and are projected to be cheaper than natural gas in the near future, even after the expiration of investment tax credits. The result of this is that in most locations, it's no longer financially reasonable to construct any new energy plants that aren't renewable. It just doesn't make sense to build coal power plants anymore, and even natural gas power plants don't make a lot of sense since everyone understands that in 5 to 10 years, they're not going to be making very much money, and they'll actually cost more money to run. In 2010, the addition of battery storage to an already existing or a project that you're currently constructing added about $71 to $81 per megawatt hour. In 2020, it cost $8 to $14 per megawatt hour, and by 2029, it's going to cost $4 to $9. Just breaking that down, wind plus battery will be 20 to 30. Solar plus battery will be 30 to 40, each of which is more cost effective than natural gas plus battery. As kind of a globe, in 2020, we built 10 gigawatts of wind per year. Experts are predicting that from 2023 to 2030, we'll build an additional 12 to 15 gigawatts of wind and 18 to 20 gigawatts of solar per year. This is particularly relevant to, I think, all of our clients and all of our potential clients. Through 2020, annual investments in renewables were 2 trillion per year, and that's expected to rise to 5 to 10 trillion in the next 5 years. 5 to 10 trillion per year in the next 10 years. So what can we do to help? Moye White represents participants in all aspects of the advanced energy markets. That includes investors, utilities, corporate buyers, C&I developers, and people in the distributed markets. Distributed markets is people who install solar on rooftops kind of out in the market rather than in one centralized location. And we can assist with acquisition of resources, construction, generation, distribution, storage, transmission, and transportation. Wanted to get into what that looks like in particular. In a typical renewable energy project, there's a whole host of agreements, including the PPA or power purchase agreement, If you're in a jurisdiction where renewable energy credits are a concept to incentivize people to develop, we can assist with that. Interconnection agreements deal with connecting the projects to the grid. And I will skip forward since we can talk about each one of these individually.
2 minutes, Zaki.
Okay. Well, I won't go into them in detail then. Shared facilities agreements deal with if you have multiple phases of a project. You might build one wind farm in 2020 and decide in 2024 that that project is going great and you want to expand it. That's where a shared facilities agreement would be useful. Supply agreements deal with the supply of electricity to particular buyers. A lot of our clients are individuals or small shops who are want to get involved, want to kind of quarterback the transaction, but you still need somebody to physically build and design the project. That's where a construction contract comes in. Again, they might not necessarily have the expertise to actually run or service the plants. That's where operations and maintenance agreements or service agreements come into place. At the base of every transaction, you have to acquire real property, either a leasehold interest or a fee interest, in order to locate wind or solar projects. We can help structure and draft those documents.
30 seconds.
And finally, we can help with joint venture agreements to the extent you represent a client who only wants to be involved in a portion or wants to bring some level of expertise and enter into a joint venture with somebody else who can bring financing or another level of expertise. So,
thank you.
Thanks.